Just beautiful. My microphone was also just muted. My PC restarted for a second. Yeah, I guess you can hear me now. Let's just get back to it. So strange, man. Windows 11. That's what you get. That's what you get. That is what you get. It's fine. It's okay. Literally just restarted with the blue screen of that. Just blue screen of that, you know, classical Microsoft, right? Just died. Just exploded. Unreal. Hilarious. Keep in mind, right? I have this latest generation CPU now, 12,900K, and it's still quite you know, it can happen. Let me just put it that way. It can happen. Where's my Docker? Did I run it? Oh yeah, okay, we're good. What did I want to do? Yeah, I want to put music back again. And I guess all my windows were messed up now. Just amazing. Amazing. All right, let's get this fella over here. That's what it is. That's how it is. Sometimes your computer restarts and that's what you get. What I wanted to do is this and then put this fella like here, and then nah, that's a wrong window. That's not what I wanted to do. It's not super clever on multiple screens. That's the thing. The thing is, I mean, honestly, I'm, as you know, I am kind of Mac and Windows, and I'm a user of all of those operating systems, right? Like my work laptop is, you know, like my work laptop is like M1, right? This is what I use. This is my work kind of Mac, right? So I'm not a fanboy of any of them. I think Windows 11 is great. I'm very happy with it, and you know, it's first thing that something like this happened, right? So it's not like you know, end of the world. It's just funny, right? That it just randomly happened, literally blue screen instantly. So some memory corruption or whatever, right? God knows, but that's how it is. I mean, all right, just wasted us like 5 minutes. It's okay. The thing is, right, like, yeah, it could be hardware. The thing is, right, just to show you, right, I have the latest hardware, right? So this CPU is like top notch right now. It's the best CPU on the market. You can see it's 12 gen i9 12900K, right? It's 16 core, 24, right? I have DDR5, right? Running on 5600 megahertz. I don't know why you actually can't see it here. Why is this view a bit messy? Yeah, here you have it, right? But it's God knows, right? There's something, you know, a lot of this latest gen Intel stuff, a lot of those motherboards and stuff are still kind of being updated every now and then. There's a lot of stuff with the latest. I mean, this CPU hasn't been released 2 days ago, of course, so it's not that recent, but it just happens. But you can see and then RTX 3070, right? So it is kind of, to say, top-notch stuff, right? It just happens, I guess. That's how it is. All right. Hopefully it's not gonna happen again, though, because that would be very annoying. Then I would get a bit mad for sure. Message tags. Okay. Did I? Oh yeah. I didn't actually even import this, did I? Yeah, of course I didn't. Message scheme, message tags. And now we're good, right? So that's fine, right? So that should be good. Now let's get back to what we've been doing. So we've been basic, and probably probably our session now is killed by the server, right? And let's know actually, so our session is still valid, which is quite strange. So this should be 200, right? Amber, I'm just gonna call you Amber. I guess Sakit Amber. That's quite a strange name, but thanks for the follow, dude. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think that's how you want to pronounce it. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Then let's go here. Let's do this. Yeah. Sure. Fine. So now we're gonna be good. So now we need some tags, right? So let's just test this with just random tags. So let's just provide some IDs, 1, 2, and 3, and then let's kind of. I am working on a social knowledge sharing platform for the software engineers. So think of Medium and Twitter and a few of those platforms combined into one just for developers, right? Actually, you can see it a bit since you're new here. So this is kind of the platform, right? And we are trying to get to MVP, trying to release the first version. So yeah, the idea is that you kind of come here, follow other developers, write stuff, write technical articles, you know, tweet or whatever you want to call it, etc., etc. There's a lot more, but let's not get into it because there's a lot of stuff to say about it, right? So message tags does not exist. All right. And of course it doesn't exist because again, we also forgot. So that's the thing, right? With my. Well, first, it's not an open source product, number one, and number two, I have no financial gain from this. I do this only in the stream in the night after work and kid and wife and family. So I basically, right now, the only investment is my time, right? So in a way, right now, there's just no. I don't know. We'll see. We need to get to that point. We need to release. I don't know. Again, we can discuss this, but I don't think it's a matter of a stream, right? But there's way to monetize things, but it's never going to monetize the developer. If it ever gets monetized, it's going to monetize, I don't know. Developer is the center of the universe of the platform, but it's a chicken and egg problem, right? Let's not get into details. Let's not get into that now. I'm not gonna do any work. But in simple words, it's all valid questions, and I cannot really get into some of those details. There's not gonna be any recommendation algorithm up front for the MVP. You're gonna follow some tags yourself, and then those tags that you follow, you're gonna see those articles, right? No. So this site is never going to have ads and never going to have tracking. So those are the two main points for me, my beliefs. So if we ever end up making money on this platform, if it's a big if, it's going to be through very transparent model. So for example, I add recruitment and agencies can pay premium whatever to hit up people with job offers and stuff like that. But there's never going to be tracking and there's never going to be ads. That's why I'm building this platform in a way, so because every single other platform has that. So you can think of this platform as everything opposite. I'm doing everything in an opposite direction. Am I going to fail because of that? Very high likely, but there's a small percentage that I will not, right? I mean, so I can answer that question in two ways, depend on when, right? Again, this is an MVP that I build in the evening, and the MVP is going to be exactly that, minimum viable product. So it's not going to have so many of the fancy things. Is it going to be integrated with Substack? There's a bunch of APIs that we have to integrate. First API we're going to integrate is going to be GitHub, so we can, so I can show like GitHub, I can basically show the GitHub feed as part of your own feed here. So maybe some libraries you're following but there's a bunch of potential for integrating a bunch of, you know, third-party APIs to improve the experience, right? 100%. I mean, the thing is, right, like, again, Amber, just to kind of, so you can understand the context of this project and this, right? I don't build this, this isn't like, this isn't something I'm building in a hope to just make money, right? I build this based on my pure beliefs, or to say something that I wish that it exists, and I'm assuming or hoping that I'm gonna find enough of people who gonna share those beliefs. If I don't, well, that's how it is. But my perception towards it is, it's a win-win scenario either way. I'm streaming, having fun, learning a bunch of new things. So I don't obsess myself right now at this stage with how I'm gonna make money, because first I have to release it, get some users there, and then because, you know, everything up until that point is just theory and waste of time. Build something, get it out there, and then test it, hypothesize about it, try different models and stuff like that. Until it's built, or to say until it's only on my computer, it's worthless in every possible way. This right now has 0 value, -0. It actually has -1 value. So yeah, so that's how it is now. That's how it is now. Yeah. Oh yeah. So what I was trying to do was. Thank you so much, Amber. Thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate it. Models. What is it? Message. Tags. So should be finish now, right? So let's go to the API, right? Let's go to this fella over here. Let's try that again. No. So let's try to create it again, and now it kind of worked, right? And then if we go to this Postgres kind of Explorer, whatever is it called, right? Let's refresh this. We should see message tags. If we actually query this now, we should see that we've created the right join association, right? You can see here that I do have a message ID with 1, and it has 3 tags. So that kind of worked, right? We have this junction or join table. We're joining a message with a tag, right? And that's why I'm not gonna, so what we are not going to do initially, if we go to our storybook, let's actually run it. If we go to our storybook, so we're gonna start with those fellas without both mentions and tags. So we're gonna start maybe only with tags, and then we're gonna actually add, because the thing is, a lot of those issues can be solved with like a graph database, with Neo4j and stuff. So until we are there, I have to be careful how I write those relations and stuff, because they're gonna get out of hell, or they're gonna, you get what I mean, right? Actually, no, let's just, so I'm not gonna go super crazy with some super intelligent queries or whatever, because it's not necessary anyway up front, to be very honest. I mean, it's not necessary at all, actually. And then we're gonna slowly, you know, smack in Neo4j, and then we're gonna use the Cypher language and stuff, and then we're gonna write those in there, right? That's what that database is made for. Never mind. All right. So going back to this, so that now works. Yeah. So we're kind of good there, right? And almost now, kind of, right, like upvote, we can almost kind of get bunch of logic from other places, right? Like upvote comment, for example. But let's start slowly. All right. So what I want to do now, let's try to do that. So I guess this is kind of what we want, right? Almost pretty much identical for the messages, right? Right. So basically, I want you to see all of the messages, all of the tweets based on the tags you're following, right? Yeah. Something like that, I feel. Yeah. So let's kind of do it like this. Right? So let's now try to see if this works. So let's go to the Thunder client. Let's create a new one under this resource. Let's call it get messages by user tags. So we're getting nothing, right? Let's see, is that accurate? So this is my ID. I'm the user 1. I'm the user with ID of 1. And as I can see indeed not actually following any tags. Why am I not following any tags? You might wonder, how is that even possible? It's possible because my account is generated by Faker, so it kind of bypasses some of the validation. So technically, let me actually confirm that. This is where I create a user. Yeah. Oh. So I do a bulk create here, so that's the thing, right? So basically what I'm just trying to do here, right, is I'm trying to associate the user with some tags, because when user is actually created, right now it's not really associated. I don't provide any tags, right? Let me actually what did I do here? Yeah, let me revert that. Ah, never mind. Actually, I have an idea. We can just update them here. Let's say those are our tags. Let's see if we actually update them. Yeah, so now we have those. Now let's basically go to our API. Let's go to this fella here. Let's create some messages. Let's create a few of them. Let's try to get them. And then let's try to get the messages by user tags. Invalid syntax for type integer objects equals instance tag. What? Let's go to that thing. Soundlaw, thank you very much for following, man. Highly appreciate it. So let's go over here, right? Let's see what I'm doing, and obviously I'm doing something wrong, right? Where ID tags, right? I know, right? So the tags I believe let's see, I don't actually remember, but I believe it's an array of objects. That's how I designed it, right? And that's most likely what's happening, right? Let's test that hypothesis, but I'm pretty sure that's it, right? So let's create a message. Let's try to get it. Then if we go to our API somewhere, see if there's actually any. Let's actually create another message and then do that again. And we have to actually let's update our stuff, because every time I save my API, I regenerate all the data and stuff, right? So let's, and we should probably add some indicator here, whatever. That's good. And now we can fail, right? So if I do this and I send it, we fail. And the reason why we fail is because indeed you can see that it is an array of objects, right? So what we have to do over here, this has to be an array of integers, right? We can see that each one of those fellas has a ID la la la. So let's just try to say dot map the structure here in place, and then return that ID, assuming that the tags are the structure that I expect them to be, right? So let's slam in a few of those here. Now again, save. Let's go to our client. Let's create a few messages. Let's try to get them. Nah, I don't think it worked. Let's print this fella here. What did I send? Didn't I actually? Let's call it dog cat. Let's create a few of them again, and let's try to get them again. So it's empty now, and that makes all the sense, right? So now we have to go here and we have to update the few, save, try to get them again. So now it's actually good. 1, 2, 3. So this is accurate. So now we have an array of integers as IDs. So this now means that something is wrong with our query. This is kind of neglecting my own, right? So the reason why we're actually not getting anything, in a way this is true, is because I don't want to, this is the query for my articles, but you can see here I'm saying, hey, where ID is not equal my own, right? I think, right? So that's why we're not getting anything, right? So if we actually get rid of this and then do this process again, I think we should be fine-ish. So let's go back over here. Let's follow some tags, save that, and let's go over here. Let's create a few, try to get them, and boom, here's the tags with all the joins and stuff, right? So now it kind of works, right? Now it kind of works, and of course this is, now we have to add the JSON schema, and we don't want to return passwords to the UI and any of this stuff, right? We don't care about any of this sort of stuff, right? So now basically what have we done? You're wondering, well, now we already have a method that's going to display all the relevant flat tweets or messages or whatever you want to call them on your feed, based on the tags you follow. So of course, again, we're building an MVP, we're not doing any crazy stuff, but this is sufficient to show, hey, when I go to my feed and I'm following those tags, I want to see kind of tweets that somebody tagged this sort of stuff in, right? And of course we'll need to maybe, yeah, we'll cover other edge cases later, because yeah, you don't actually need to tag anything to write something, right? But we'll see about that. So we can kind of get rid of that, so that works. Now, of course, what we have to do, as I said, is we have to use our JSON validation schemas and stuff, because we didn't create any, and that's pretty horrible, right? Let's go to... So pretty much here we're gonna have... So let's actually get... Let's just copy it from somewhere. Obviously we'll need to create a, I guess message is fine. So this is gonna be a response. So here, what do we have here? Yeah. How did the response look like? Yeah, this is how it looks like. We join an author. We join the tags, right? All right, cool. So let's kind of pick what we want from this. Let me just make sure that this is, yeah, shit. Yeah. I'll need to generate some stuff also with Faker later on. Content, upvotes, downvotes, created. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff that I already have. So we do have the author thing, right? So eventually we're gonna have an author, which is gonna be author 200. What was it? No, what article 200. Comment article tag user 200. Yeah, so this is what we kind of need, right? Even though not even that, but so content user 200. Let's get back here. Upvotes, downvotes. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. This one, right? Where the hell is it? It's over here. I believe it is tag schema. Yeah. Yep, and then this is what we return. Even though it's questionable, we'll see if we need that. So we're good in that regard. Let's now just grab, so what do we want from here? Let me just grab all of this stuff, put it back here. And if you're wondering basically what is this is how you deal with validation with Fastify. You don't write arbitrary stuff in your controller. We have those hooks, right? And this is basically how we define our response data. Which data are we responding with, right? And this is kind of, you do it with the actual with JSON schema stuff, right? And I'm pasting this in an entirely wrong place. Should be here. And also I'm putting it also here in the wrong place, but that's perfectly fine. We'll move it. So we have an ID, have content. Yeah, something like that, right? Let's now see why is this fella complaining. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Let's see. And yeah, we have to kind of, let's get rid of this. And we have to move this to this fella here. And let's call this actually tags message. And then we can take a look at our Swagger now, right, in a second. Why the hell? Seriously, come on. Seriously, like, why does it fail sometimes to auto import? Is beyond me, man. So frustrating, so annoying sometimes. It's like just wasting my time. Good evening, idea maker. How are you doing? How is everything? Yeah, okay, got it. So yeah, I it's been a few days since it's been a while since we wrote this. I just forgot. Yeah, now we're good, right? So now if we so now this is the response of this thing, right? So if we go ahead now and obviously right now we're not gonna get anything because my faker destroyed pretty much all of it. But if we create the few of them and then we get back here, we're not gonna get anything because if you remember, we need to my current user is not following any tags. So let's make sure that they are. Save it. And then let's get back here, and now you can see kind of that we have a response that's nicely formatted. With, again, we could have probably, we don't need to return all of this stuff, honestly. We'll redo, but you can see my author is no longer returning. Also, it shouldn't be returning this neither, but we'll see, right? So this is kind of how each message looks like. And this is the information that it carries with it, right? Yeah. Give me a second here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do the UI now in a second, the idea maker. Basically, this is the backend that we've just built a little API so we can kind of connect those components in the UI that we built, right? We're now doing the back, right? What? Ah, yeah, my bad. Oh, never mind, my bad. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's good. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So that's good. We can now start kind of connecting that to the UI. I have only sent a message once, Idea Maker, a couple of days ago, because I realized that that sign up form was there for a very long time. By the way, thank you very much for signing up. And so no, I haven't been active with that, but I'm planning to once we kind of reach the point when we release maybe and stuff, then I'll probably just notify people that yeah, the stuff is out and they can check it out and stuff like that, right? But definitely, great question. Thank you very much for signing up. Let me just drink this beer before it goes off. Okay. Let's just close up a bunch of this stuff now here. Yeah. So now, now obviously what we want to do, right, is now it's kind of gonna, so I suspect the next 1, 2, or 3 days we should be done with our feed to an extent where we're gonna be happy with it. So it's not gonna be anything mind-blowing or super fancy, but I think it's gonna be nice and useful as the first version, right? And then we're gonna brainstorm around it and figure out what useful stuff can we add to it. I think that yeah, I think so. Now we have a simple API. We're gonna now connect it, so when I come here I actually see messages from my own, from the tags that, you know, somebody wrote a message, just like on Twitter, like a tweet, and, you know, used some tag, and then I'm gonna be seeing those that I'm interested in. Articles already do that, so we already have this, so we'll have to connect it. So, and sure, it's simple, nothing mind-blowing, but it's the stuff that I personally want. So when I wake up in the morning and I have 20 minutes before my stand-up, for instance, before I start my work, I want to go through this feed and see, hey, did somebody, you know, is there some whatever, right? And then later on you do things like popular messages or hashtags or whatever, popular tags or whatever, right? But that's not mandatory, right, at all. Yeah. That's at least how I feel. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Time will tell, right? I don't know. I say a lot of stuff out of my gut, so by no means, please don't take it to heart, because I don't know. It's just like anyone who builds anything. I have my own assumptions, and we'll see if any of them are actually gonna make any sense or not. Hopefully yes, but you never know. If not, well, you move on and you try again. So let's kind of start somewhere here. So first and foremost, let's finalize this component we did yesterday. So this feed commit, let's not call it feed commit anymore. Exactly. Let's call it yeah, we can also kind of implement that, like even in MVP, right? We're not gonna have any WebSockets or anything, but we can do polling, right? So we can do, if you're on the feed and you have it opened, we can have a timeout or some sort of mechanism that polls, that does the request every end interval, right? So every minute, or that's, I mean, GitHub, for example, GitHub is the biggest developer platform on the planet, that they don't use WebSockets neither. They use polling, right? So, you know, github.com is plain JavaScript. They're not even using any of those fancy frameworks or anything, right? So things don't have to be complex to be good. When you look at the GitHub's notification system, it's the dumbest one that there is, and it works great. You know, you might not see notification the same microsecond that it happens. Who cares, right? Oftentimes we get lost in those micro optimizations, thinking that it matters that much. It doesn't, right? Sometimes I go to GitHub and then I get notification few seconds later. Who cares, right? It's not, right? So we're gonna do it like that. If GitHub with I don't know, few million users can have that a sufficient solution, then I don't see a reason why we can't ourselves, right? Would be silly to think otherwise, right? That's very difficult, right? So that's a good idea maker, but that's very difficult, right? That's very less likely to happen, because that you need WebSockets or stuff like that, and that costs a lot of money, and it's hard to scale, etc., etc. I mean, it's hard to scale with the infrastructure we're gonna go. Of course, AWS and GCP, they have services for that, and you get auto scaling up, right? But scaling WebSockets across multiple processes and stuff, just like any session database as well, any in memory, anything in memory is harder to scale, because you know, it's in memory in one process, or in one whatever server, but not in another. So then you have to lift it somewhere, right, etc. So no, definitely not up front. And think about it, if this platform becomes anything, you probably wouldn't want that, because it would probably not say 3 developers are typing a message. It would probably tell you 3,659, right? And then it's meaningless, right? So, right, but I fully get it. Fully get it. Yeah, please, always do, please, just continue doing that. Jesus Christ, man, so much of this gibberish here. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Well, let's start smacking this. So what is this one? This is what are actually those icons? John Doe, where is this? No, seriously, where is John Doe? Ah, never mind. Or actually, Oh, over here. Okay, got it, got it. Sure, sure, sure. Those are the comments. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so let's kind of... Got it, got it. All right. So what I'm actually gonna do here for now, for a second. I'll focus on this portion. So let's comment that out. Then let's do this. So let's just have that, right? In fact, let's just do that as well. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Great. So let's rename this to it's gonna be hard naming this to something meaningful. User message. All right, whatever. All right. So yeah, let's go to the feed now. There's a bunch of this gibberish here that for now we don't need, but let's leave it. Now let's think about this for a moment. Should we localize the state of those, or should we put it in Redux? The latter is kind of easier to make to cache and stuff because it's lifted all the way up. Yeah, I don't actually know. Let's just do it here. Is this let's open, let's actually go to readme. Let's open my Swagger. Let's open the Swagger here, and we have a message. And we actually, let's fix one thing quickly. Let's get over here and let's go to this new router and then make sure that we have this fella in each one of them. So now when we actually go to our Swagger here, we can see the endpoints and what they return, right? That's the beauty of Fastify as well. You get this for free in a way, because everything is JSON schema based, so you get all of this amazingness for free. So yeah, so this is our kind of... So if you're a front-end guy coming to this project, you don't have to come to me and ask me, hey man, how do I get messages? I just give you the spec, and you're good to go. Let's just use a promise API here and then say this will return messages. Let's do that. Let's see this. Let's go to the UI. Let's go back here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Did we okay. API v1 we have a typo. It's messages. Try that again. All right, and that's accurate indeed. We did not create any messages. If we do go and create some, if we go to our API very quickly, and we do decide to create some through a different interface, of course, and then get back here. Did we not create it for this same user? Let's take a look. Oh yes, of course. We need to follow some tags, right? So let's get back here. Follow some, save. Let's go back now to the feed. And as you can see now, we have 5 messages, which we just created there. And now we're gonna pretty much try to showcase them in the UI. So obviously we want to, we're gonna have to clean up a lot of this stuff because this is something we wrote very long ago. But let's just say here const, let's localize it here and not put it in Redux. Set messages, use state. Probably didn't auto import it. It did. Well, okay. And then let's say initially is that, and let's create another state variable is messages loading. Set is messages loading. Let's say that it's true by default. And let's do this. Literally in a couple of days we should sit together, all of us in the stream, and just do a poll and discuss that 100%. I hate messages, and I just went now with something generic to kind of at least be to some extent, even though this is also very, very confusing, the messages. But 100%, let's go to our linear and write that down, because yes, that's super important to discuss issues. Who we name? There we go. Okay. Written down. Beautiful. Going back to this fella here now, we have messages, right? And over here we'll say messages.map. And obviously we have the loading state, we'll show it, and then for each message, let's just for now return this. Let's, oops. Well, let's actually just say props, right? We're gonna pass it the whole message. Or actually, not even that, no need to create a nested object like that. Just spread this message, right? Then over here we have the props, which are the message right now. So over here I can say, let's destructure some stuff. kind of failing. Let's see, why are we dying? Something's undefined, most likely in messages. It's not a function. Cool story. Get back here. Messages.map. What? Messages. Yeah. That's actually quite awkward. It should be. Oh yeah, of course, because this is the kind of the response, right? And then this should be probably response dot data, right? If I recall, right? Yeah, probably, yeah. Then yeah, as you can see now, we are actually rendering them. Let's yeah. Yeah, so now we're slowly kind of reading them. This is not going to be human readable date for sure, but let's just say props.created at. Step by step, we get this super ugly date, right? I believe I did write a utility. Yeah, dates to locale. Yeah. How did I write it? Where is it? Dates to locale. Yeah, here. Yeah. Now we have a human-friendly date. That's cool. Let's kind of zoom in. Then the avatar, right? Since I don't have an avatar and I'm using this kind of avatar, like if you don't upload your own avatar, generate some kind of placeholder avatars. Let's go to our profile. I don't remember how I do that. Let's grab that logic and also move it here. It's over here, right? So if we kind of move over here and check where our avatar is, it's right here, right? So we want this. If you don't have the avatar set, like if you haven't really set one, let's import this avatar. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now, let's give it some style. 40. Yep. 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 That's it. If we go over here and create a few more, so let's wrong project. Let's go to the API, create message. Let's just create a longer one, lorem ipsum. We'll have to kind of deal with those things as well another time. Send, right? We get back here. What happened? Did I restart? Shit, man. Yeah. What? Yeah, probably yeah. Yeah, probably. I restarted the server. What? I don't get what's happening. Either way, let's go do that again. I still kind of doing that. Yeah, I am. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so this would be the longer one. So we'll have to limit that and stuff. And as you may notice, I just kind of commented out the comments for now. Just let's do the simplest possible thing. And now we'll have to kind of add that adding part in the UI as well. What I'm going to do now, even though a lot of this stuff has worked before, I'm just gonna nuke a bunch of this stuff. So we're kind of the clean slate in a way. Give me a second here. All right. So let's cover now a few things here, right? So we just saw for this guy that I guess we can do this another time, right? We'll have to kind of think about. I don't know how how social platforms do this, but I don't think that it would be smart to just indefinitely search for tweets, right? You get what I mean? Probably there should be some time span in which one cares about to get some latest info. I don't think right now we're just querying, hey, give me all the, for example, articles or tweets in this tag. But that seems too much, right? Because you know what, sure, I mean, initially the platform is going to be young, so we'll want to get you any content that there is, right? But in a way, right, it's like just, hey, give me, imagine that you go to Facebook and the feed just queries. So we'll need probably some sort of pagination that queries by day, and then as you go more, you get older and older and older stuff, right? I like the thoughts, honestly. Shit. Seriously, I like that a lot. Let me write that down. So far, that's the best idea I've heard. That's the best I've. Yeah. On it. Done. So far, the best idea, honestly. Thoughts is definitely, yeah, because it kind of has to be, right? Like, I really would like it. You see that, like, for example, I don't want people, you know, to, you know, what would be super cool. You know what my kind of, I wouldn't say dream is. That would be exaggerating it to a maximum extent, but I really would like this feed to be really a place where you can just come and just write whatever. Hopefully, of course, in some context of IT, whatever. But I don't want people to feel pressure that they need to write something super great. You get what I mean? Like, You don't have to like quote, you don't have to write this ancient Asian quote that's smartest in the world. It should be something that, you know, it's almost like how do you build a culture, how do you build a culture in a platform that's really like that, where people just are chill, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just dreaming too much, but it would be super cool if you get what I mean, right? Just like, yeah, I don't know. You know, imagine how cool it would be. It's just that's kind of going to be the toughest part. Coding this is probably, yeah, exactly. That's going to be the hardest part of this community when we release, is like figuring out, hey, how do we build a culture around the platform as such, as I just described? Like how does one, you know, make it, how do we make it implicitly and explicitly, by both implicit and explicit behavior of those who create the platform and the early adopters, so that such feeling is created, right? Where just, you know, you come, you wake up, you're like, oh, you know, please, you know what I mean? Like you wake up, you're drinking your coffee, it's like, hey bros, hey girls, hey bros, I'm drinking my whatever. I don't know, we'll see. It's just, maybe I'm dreaming too much about it, but we'll see. It's so interesting, such an interesting problem. That's why I say either way it's going to be win for everybody, because he's going to be learning experience from that perspective. It's like, how do you build a social around the social platform? How do you build that community, right? How do you, that's kind of that's the most unknown thing to me. I've built all kind of various types of, you know, products and stuff, but this is very specific because it really is purely like when you build, you know, the products that all of us are building at our full-time job, they solve very specific problems. They are literally tools, right? This isn't purely just a tool. You cannot say that this is just a tool, right? This is also, so the social aspect plays such a massive part, right? You know, when you use, you know, Slack, or I don't know, I'm gonna be random. Yeah, it's I agree 100%. Yes, there are. Yes, there are hashtags. Yes, for now, yeah, you can hashtag the technology, basically, whatever. But again, please keep open mind, because everything I say is not strictly temporary. When I say it, everything is subject to change, whatever we figure out. So I'm always, that's why I'm always choosing my words carefully now, right? For now, because again, the goal is to release this fella and then go crazy about details, right? But we need to build a simple core framework that works, right? And then we'll see, right? I really want to have a page, for example. One of the first things when we release that I want to integrate, right, would be to somehow show all of you guys on the platform. So it would be super cool that literally somewhere super explicit there's like a community, you know, I don't know, maybe a tab that says built with community, and then I fetch all of your profiles, you know, from Twitch or whatever, and then people can click on you, see your whatever name, your website, right? So don't think that I have no, there, it has to be like that. The community has to be kind of exposed through the platform as well, right? So exactly. So we'll just have to see, either fetch it from your GitHub accounts if you guys have GitHub, or from your Twitch profiles. I don't know, I haven't checked, you know, because you can see when I click on one of you, there is your nick, right? So I don't know, right? Something like that I think would be super kind of also engaging to you guys, because why not, you know, have yourself seen as part of something somewhere, exposed, right? I mean, that's the least I could do, right? All right, so let's kind of continue with this fella here. What I'm just going to do here quickly though is I'm just going to just comment out stuff which are not used right now. Just so we don't get a wrong impression of... Oh my god, here's the German. Good evening, my friend. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, if I remember. What's up? How's everything going? Let me go to this. Yeah. What? Oh yeah, sure. Live coders dev. Yeah, oh yeah, this is cool. Learn to code by watching us. Okay, so this is some sort of tutorial type of thing. Got it. Nice, nice. What is this? Live coders dev. Cool. Live coders dev. Yeah, let me just, I'm basically gonna start writing all of your questions and all of your suggestions because there's so many good things and super cool. This is very nice. So all of those guys are kind of doing what I'm doing now. Very nice. Okay. So should I, should I maybe like sign up here or something? Maybe it's good for this stream to kind of, maybe maybe it would be good for us to get more people to this thing, right? What do you guys think? I think it would be, how do I get myself here? Join us. Apply now. Ah, cool. Okay, let's do that. Sure, sure. Let me apply. Why not? I mean, any exposure, well, not any exposure. Thank you very much for following DCH. That's are you Twitch affiliate or your application will be automatically affiliate. React, Node, Fastify, Golang, Docker, Kubernetes, GCP, AWS. I'm developing a social platform for developers with the community. I've also spent 5.5 years working as a teacher and I enjoy sharing knowledge. Let me just do this quickly. Try to get more people into this stream, spread the word, and of course, maybe get to know some of you folks if you are into that. On top of that, maybe hear some tips and tricks from some of you who have more experience in streaming than myself. Okay, I'm almost done. Yeah, again, spread the word about stream, get some insights and stuff like that. All right, let's see. Maybe they reject, maybe not. I think let's see, is there any others? Yeah, there's a bunch of people. Yeah, it seems, I'm not sure if they're active actually. There's people who applied for this. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? I mean, I'm very honest why, right? Mainly because I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, look, I've been in this industry for many years. It's just like I've been streaming maybe for 2 months, right? And I do this because it's fun and all of that. By no means this is my job or anything like that. It literally has every opposite effect of that. So I would just ask them to review my streams, see, you know, if there's something. You know, the thing is, the biggest problem also with streaming and stuff is, and YouTube and Twitch, is that you have to know a lot of those tricks. You know, I have no social platforms, for example, so I don't have Facebook, I don't have Twitter, this stream is shared with absolutely no one. So all of you who are here, you found me through Twitch, right? So I don't have time to research this, so I'll probably ask them about those things, right? Because I know that people do all sorts of stuff to get more viewers and stuff, and of course I would like more people to be here. Why not? It would be a lie to say otherwise. But also, you know, it's just too many things. There's tricks on Twitch. You organize those, you know, I don't know what they're called, like I don't know, like I know that there's this thing called channel points and stuff, all sorts of stuff like that, right? I'm not into that. I feel that it's just very childish, right? But I don't know, maybe people like that, right? So this sort of stuff, I would like to ask those people who have more experience into streaming, does those things actually work? Because if that makes people more engaged and happier and more focused in a stream, then more power to that. Why not, right? It's just like, I find it ridiculous that I expect you guys to collect some points. It's super childish, but maybe that's just me, right? I don't know, I just feel it ridiculous, right? Oh, you know, yeah, they don't have many viewers actually. My channel, I mean, I have like a channel I made 11 years ago, and I didn't post a video for like 7-8 years ago. I have 1,000 subscribers there, but it's cool. I can see, but yeah, you can see kind of that they stopped the project, right? So you can see, yeah, exactly, Idea Maker. That's also my goal. If I would to watch someone, it would have to be primarily the content itself. You know, I personally, again, everybody has their own preferences. I don't like fooling around too much. Like, if I want to fool around and stuff, we can, you know, get drunk and whatever. Thank you very much for the follow. We can do all sorts of crazy stuff, you know, elsewhere. But here, you know, I mean, I like it to be chill and stuff, and, you know, kids friendly as well. You know, I don't like to swear, and, you know, to all sorts of things. Again, that's just me. Somebody maybe find me annoying, somebody. I, for example, know there's that guy, the Vim guy who streams. I think he has the highest amount of followers here because he's a great developer and stuff, but I can't watch him, right? He's just like, his character, for instance, just doesn't fit. It actually does fit me really well. Probably in real life, I would hang out with that guy because I'm as crazy as him. But I mean, when we do this sort of stuff, I just find it a bit too much, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just, I don't even know why I'm saying. But anyway, I wanted to say, you can see that those guys kind of gave up on this project, it seems, right? You can see, I don't know if I zoom in a bit, you can see that the last thing that they posted was like a year ago and stuff, right? Hence also why that GitHub issues, nobody's actually checking that at all. So it seems that they're not very active, right? Even though I respect this initiative a lot, I think this was a good initiative. I think they should have continued. Maybe, but I really highly respect any effort, right? When people make effort, I really respect that. And you know, I've been coding literally, I'm 33 years old. I think I've been programming like first time I programmed when I was like 10. So most of my life, and my whole life I tried as a kid to build something always, and it was always very difficult to find people to do that with you. And it seems that it is today as well, because you can see people start something and then they give up very quickly, right? And this has been my experience my whole life. It's very, very, very hard to find people who wanna just be consistent, because I have a wife and a kid and a full-time job, right? So I don't expect that I'm gonna find someone who's gonna do this 20 hours a day. But if you choose to do a project, you have to be consistent, right? You can't just start and then not do it, right? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, people become, that's kind of, you know, let me tell you one funny story, right? So maybe 2-3 years ago, I did some consulting project for a platform called Lunasol, and it was platform for meditation. So it was kind of WebRTC platform where you join a session and you meditate online. Listen, this is hilarious. This reminds me of that, what you guys said. So this guy finds a bunch of those people bunch of those kind of spiritual guides and stuff, and all of them are like, you know, they're all acting how they're fully, you know, possessed by spirit and shit like that. Next thing you know, a month later, man, they hate each other. And that that was probably one of the most hilarious things I lived in my life. Just seeing, you know, bunch of those fake spiritual, you know, like they're just immune to everything. They're just with the wind, with the water, you know, with the earth and fire and you know, whatever. And then next thing you know, they started competing who's better spiritual guide. So you have to find people, right, who are chill. And that's why I say this has to be chill, man. This is not a competition. Like, this is not a, it's just a matter of building something and having fun. And I'll never forget this Lunasol example, because those guys, it was just hilarious. It's like, imagine, you know, 5 priests or 10 priests preaching you God, and then they fight like till death, right? It's just yeah, I mean, you can, sure, but not on the expense of others, right? Because that drama and stuff usually kind of happens when people feel some sort of either envy or competition in a negative way. I 100% agree. I think competition is the healthiest feeling a human being can have. Otherwise, if we didn't have it, we would still be in a stone age, right? Exactly. So 100%, I'm very competitive. If I play a video game, you can see here, I mean, I bought top-notch equipment, screens, everything, because I want this thing to be good, but not on the expense of others or because I want to be better than others. It's because when I do something, you know, I do it. I either do it or I don't do it. There's really no mixture. That's how I am. In some things, I'm just super lazy because I can't do them and I'll never do them. I'm not gonna start. But if I do something, then, but again, it can't be on the expense of others, and you can't be unhappy because someone else succeeds, right? Like, so. Exit. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna subscribe to those guys, and I'm gonna keep an eye. I would like to have something like this. This is pretty cool. It would be nice to have something like this where you know, you meet with few people once a week, once a month, just hang out, share experiences, right? But I mean, you know, when there's people, there's trouble. So, all right, shutting up. Build, Alex. Yeah, exactly my thoughts. So what I wanted to, so we have to make this now nav link. So let's kind of make this fella here a nav. I think it's nav link. And then to at name. Yeah. All right, good. So now it takes you to the author's thing, right? That's good. But actually, you guys gave me an idea. Maybe that's what we're gonna do. Maybe when we kind of get this out and stuff, maybe we can organize, or we can ask those guys, hey folks, can we take over that organization of yours? If you have no longer the interest and stuff to do this, would you be kind to not give up anything, just, you know, let us try to expand it, right? I mean, honestly, like, it's really, for example, I don't know if you guys know, right? But if I show you, like, for example, programmer network idea isn't new. Friend of mine and I, we bought this domain 7 or 8 years ago, right? In this time, right, I changed several countries where I worked. I got married. I got a child. A lot of things happened, right? But the passion to do it never really evaporated, right? It never vanished. I always wanted to. This is the only project ever that I truly stayed, truly something I always wanted to do, right? So And you know, a few years later, 6, 7, 8 years later, which is today, it's happening, right? So it's really like, it's really again about perception, right? You can see that we bought it in 2015, right? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, like, so when we started this project, Programmer Network, actually, I actually never showed you guys, because let me show you just quickly, and then I'm getting back to building this. So if I actually show you the initial stuff about Programmer Network that we mocked in 1 day or two. So Programmer Network idea started on a boat, on one hackathon. So I worked in Sweden in a city called Helsingborg, which is just on the border of Denmark, where I live now. And we've been part of the hackathon for 2 days on an event called Orison Startup Week. And there was a hackathon on a boat going between Denmark and Sweden for 2 days. And for 2 days there, I and two friends of mine, I came with this idea to build this network, right? So this was our pitch. And this is you can see the pitch is from October 2015. So this was the original pitch. This was the original team, me, Killian, and Jan. Imagine you're a programmer out of 28 million. Stay updated, find information, social media, la la la, acknowledgement plus identity. So then we took a bunch of blogs that people have, and then we went to, you see, there's a bunch of knowledge out there. There's a bunch of awesome authors, awesome stuff that people write, but nobody never finds those people. They have either horrible websites, or they're just not crawled, or there's no community for them, blah, blah, blah. And then we wrote some of those ideas that we're doing today. Market, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna bore you. This was built in like 20 minutes on that boat. I designed this basically 7, 8 years ago. And you see, back then we had like 96 signups, people who were, so this was kind of just so you can see. Yeah, this was, this is very old. I designed this, I believe, on the boat in Photoshop. Yeah, and we even had an investor who came to us and said, I remember very well one super nice lady. She said, "Look, guys," I'm quote to quote, she said, "I can give you some money if you need it, but," she said, "I don't think you need it. You just need to sit and build this." And she was absolutely right. She's actually one of the main reasons, one of my main motivations why I got back to this in a way, at least from that perspective, is because she said that very, very long. And back then, actually, if we did do this back then, it would have been a big thing today. Because back then you didn't have DevTO, you know, this bunch of those other things that you have today. And then we had the idea initially, you know, like, how do we make people to incentivize to invite other developers? Well, we wanted to introduce some of the rewards, right? So for example, if Idea Maker and Bounty, you know, they invite this many friends or this many, they get something for it, right? Stuff like that, right? So I have a lot of this content. I have business plans. I have, I'm not gonna bore you with that, but I basically just wanted you to see kind of where it kind of started. Yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe now it's the right time, right? You know, 7, 8 years forward, you know, I'm 7, 8 years older. I have a bunch of more experience. I know a bunch more about business that I did know before. So yeah, all right, let me shut up. Yep, pretty much. Okay, shutting up, I promise. So there's this thingy now, right? Easy game, easy life. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. So let's kind of, yeah. So let's let's do one thing whatsoever, right? So Actually, let's do one thing first and then the other thing second. Because that's how you count from 1, 2, 3, if you didn't know. Yeah, alright, so... Alright. Yeah, I'm actually thinking out loud, that's the problem. Let me clean this stuff up. Good to see you here for your first time here, easy game, easy life. Thank you very much for being here, man. Appreciate it. So we have this tabs, this simple thing I just made, right? And what I just realized that if I go to my dashboard, I have the tabs there as well, right? Now, right, the way that I build this is kind of not very scalable because I just built it specifically for this. So let's actually go now. And as part of our core library here, let's actually build the tags. Let's see if I have it. I do have them, sorry, tabs. My apologies. Yeah. Is this actually sufficient? Let me see how I did it. Is there some children that I'm using tabs? I mean, no, nah. We can of course find the tabs component as well. Let's kind of maybe research, because obviously let's be smart. Let's try to remain smart here. I'm not gonna reinvent something that 300 people are probably collaborating on. What is the most important when you find a component? Try to find it as unopinionated, no style components, inline styles, complex layout, whatever. Can I style this in 3 seconds is the question. Let's ask that question. Yes, I can. Okay, check. Let's see further on. Tabs, tab panel, great. Simple API, class name, beautiful. I've used this, yeah, I've used this thing before. Shit, which project did I use it to? I think I have a very good memory. Let me go to my I'm pretty sure I used it somewhere. Let me see. Yes. What a crazy memory, man. I worked in this company 2 years ago. I knew that it was here. I just knew. I don't know how I felt it. 13 months ago. So no, it has to be, no. This is the backup. So I worked there, yeah, around maybe 1.5 years ago. Yeah. Great. Okay, perfect. So good. Why did I have to check that? Well, primarily because if I chose it before, I had a good reason. So let's do that. Let's do that, yes. Now, we have a problem here. Yeah, we have a problem here. So we don't. Let's just create a new one, call it tabs2, and then we're gonna remove the old one, la. Let's call it tabs2, tabs2 JSX, index JSX, right? As always, same boilerplate stuff, you know, export all from. If you're wondering why I'm doing this sort of stuff, feel free to ask. But it's mainly because I don't want index.js to be shown in those tabs, and also import, yeah. Tabs. Good evening, the kitten, man. Good to see you. How's life? Actually, yeah, could have just also done this, but whatever. And actually, now the question is, do we need an abstraction over this? That is the question, right? Actually, little one is better. He's recovered. We're not going to send him this week, or to say until Monday, to kindergarten, because we got the message from the teachers. They say that it's a lot of kids in the kindergarten are sick, and they please the parents that that can keep their kids home to do so. And my wife is not working tomorrow, and we also kind of missed him. He was sick and stuff, so he's going to be with us. But he's better. My wife has a sore throat and she's a bit sick, but overall I think we're good. I'm actually better. I'm just super tired today. I had a long day. We're releasing some new stuff at work, so had a long day today. I'm gonna have a long day tomorrow as well. But I mean, that's. Thank you very much for asking, man. Really nice from you. All right, so I'm gonna actually go back here, and I'm not gonna create an abstraction over this. Why am I not going to create an abstraction over this would be a logical question. You actually might ask that, because it would be a logical question. Well, I don't actually know how is it going to turn out, right? So until I see how it turns out, sometimes you know, it's actually, thank you very much, Idea Maker. Sometimes it's better not to over abstract up front, or to abstract at all, because that's kind of the first assumption when we think about composition in general, function composition or component composition or whatever. In general, we always kind of crave to take something and create our own component, well, because, you know, but sometimes that's not a good idea up front. So that's why I'm just going to use this as is. I'm going to pass a few classes and see how much of that am I passing. And then should I abstract it out, because it's going to be easier to reuse and stuff. But let's see, right? So if I actually grab this fella over here, right, then we go over here, right? So, and then we copy those thingies, right? Yeah. And then in the first one, we're gonna have the messages, right? So this is the panel, apparently what the panel is for. And then here we're not gonna have anything for now. And then if we click through them, they work. That's perfect, right? So the functionality is there. That's really good. Let's now try to kind of make them be looking as we want. So class name, and let's try to copy the one from below. Yeah. So far, so good, I think. That's pretty good, actually. This is going to be my active state. Doesn't matter. I'm kind of aware that I hard-coded this stuff. I did that intentionally, so it's all good. And then we take this fella as well. We put it over here. There we go. Amazing, works. Pretty good. Lastly, let's just nuke this and then wrap this fella inside of here. We probably actually don't even need that. We can just give this fella that, and boom, we have it, right? What's the next step? The next step is active state. Controlled mode, why would we want this, you might ask? Well, sometimes, for example, so when do you want to use the control mode? So for example, say that say that when I change this tab, that my URL's parameter changed. So say that I come here, it says feed and then, I don't know, slash or whatever, query parameters, messages, right? Obviously less likely. That's when you want the control mode, because you would grab the value from URL parameters and then you would pass it to that state. For instance, that's one of the examples, right? We're probably not gonna need the control state now. But what I do need is the active state. Yep, this is what we need. Oh, that's the wrong prop. And as you can see, my tailwind class is added, right? Now, one super ugly thing that we can kind of see here is that there's this outline, because now, so you can kind of clearly see what's happening with this library. They have their own default styles, and then they have some if statement, some ternary operator probably in their logic saying if there is a class name passed, then, you know, use. So you can see that's why the outline suddenly shows, right? So let's just remove that. It's either outline or it's a ring. It is an outline. Okay. So see, massive win. Just being able to use Tailwind with this massive win. Right now, if we actually zoom into Oblivion, we can see that the line beneath isn't really yeah, strange. All right, so why is this line? So where first and foremost, where do we put this border? Okay, so on the tab list, right? Yeah. Let's actually get rid of this now. Don't really need that. I have to zoom to Oblivion because I need to check why is this fella. That's fine. Yeah. Let's check the computed property. So we have the border. Yeah, interesting. I mean, you know, danger alert. Exact. I'm not gonna lose my mind. You're absolutely right. 100% agree with you. Whatsoever. I'll just try one thing though. There we go. And then we'll have to see. So we'll see almost kind of, we almost see now that we will kind of have to abstract, so create an abstraction over this or generalize this, because you can see now that if I want to use those tabs on my dashboard, which I absolutely want to use there, I would have to copy this whole payload with classes and stuff. So we will have to kind of, let's say, decorate those things with classes and then export them. But anyway, we're good. Now, one thing that I dislike though is the height of this. Let's take a look here. Where is it? So let's kind of first, yeah. So let's say here, const tab class name, tab base classes. Let's import the class names module. Then so what would be the base? The base would be this fella, right? Yep. Right? Yeah. Yep. And then we'll obviously abstract this out from here. It's not gonna end up here. It's just, yeah. I'm using class names here just because most likely we will be doing some dynamic concatenation based on some expressions. So just gonna do that right away. So cool. Yeah. And yeah, so last thing that I want to do is that's quite strange. All right, never mind. Never mind. It's just like, I think because they're flexed there. Yeah. So wait a minute. What's up with this fella? Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, so we forgot. Yeah, I know. All right. No. It's okay. Fine. We're good. Don't panic, guys. Don't. So one of the SVGs that we've imported, we haven't actually removed the kind of static width and height. No worries. It's fine. So let's just rebuild our SVGs into React components quickly. And let's see now. What? What? No, what? It's the... Which one is this? This is what? Oh. My bad. Yep, removed it from the wrong place. All right, cool. Yeah. So now we're good. So going back here. Now we have it proper, right? That's what we wanted. That's all we wanted. And now we want to say py2, for example. Yes, so it was the icon. I was wondering what the hell was happening there. Nice. And actually, we don't need the bold. 2 reasons. Doesn't look good. And then it moves the content. This is better. This color is indicative enough, I feel, of the state change, right? Great. Okay, cool. Now, yeah. 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 All right. So if we take a look at this now, right? If we take a look at this now, right? We will have to abstract it out, turn it into each one of those individual things. We'll just have to, but we don't have to do it now. It's fine. We don't have to do it now because I'm not going to be dealing with dashboard now, but we definitely want to, those are the ones, I built those manually, so no third-party library, but I will replace it because what those guys did is probably better than mine anyway, because it's literally hundreds of people doing it, so I can't probably be doing that better than them. Actually, 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that, and I'm in fact gonna rename that right away. I'm gonna rename that right away. Actually, I'm gonna rename it all over the place. So far, that's the best idea, to be very frank with you. So far, by far, is actually, without a doubt. You know what? Let's just let's leave it renamed in the UI. Then I'm gonna rename the. I want to do more work, so let's leave it here, and then we're gonna rename the variables and files tomorrow. I don't want to waste time on that now. Then if I go back to my old feed, and probably if we would go back in time long enough, I had a working feed before, but what I want is get articles by user tags. And yeah. So let's try to import that stuff, get articles by user tags. And you know, of course, now due to performance related things, right? We want to do most likely, right? Let's just call this here, just so the auto import stays. So basically, the reason why those tabs are useful isn't just the UI or UX related stuff. It's also, I don't want to fetch too much. Like I want to make sure that we interact with the API as less as we possibly can, right? That being said, yeah. So over here, I'm going to say thoughts tab. Then here, I'm going to say thoughts articles tab. I want to share something with a few of you who are still here. So you may notice that I have, if I go to source, I have components folder, right? So just maybe this can be useful to you when you structure your code. For me, components folder, the core components folder, is always some components, in this case, my core components. So components that I use to compose all other views and other components. So you can see that here, for example, social share doesn't really belong here in a way. But the reason why I put it is because it might be general enough. But I never pollute my core library that I built with view specific components. That's why you're gonna also notice now here, if I go to the views and then I go to the feed, that in my feed I have components folder as well. And the reason why I have that is because those components are specific to the feed. what is the alternative to this, and why is this important? Well, alternative to this is that you're going to end up with this components folder having 600 components that nobody can decipher where they belong and where they're used. So that's why I would highly advise you to give it a shot at the structure. You have your core components, you focus on composability, you focus on reusing them to build all of those views. This makes it a lot easier because I can take any of those views now almost and move them to another project. And as long as I have my core library turned into some module or whatever, that it would still kind of work, right? Even though that's a poor selling point because you're never gonna do that. But anyway, the point is, try this structure. It's really awesome. All right. Composability, while most people know what it is and how what it means, it takes a long time for even some senior people to get right, because composition is the, if you want to master those, if you want to master programming in general, a focus should be on composability, right? You want to focus on creating small pieces of things just like Lego, and then composing them, and then yes, composition is the beauty, really. Well, no, composition is the beauty. Wow, what a sentence. Great. Just a perfect sentence. Perfect. It's a fact. You can also see the structure that I just described to you. You can see how imports, how easier the imports are. Even though I use rewired for to solving imports, you can see kind of now all of the components related to this view are localized. Therefore, I don't have to go 16 levels up and then into somewhere to get what I need, right? All right, let's, oops. Yep. So we have that now as a separate component, right? That's good. And then we're gonna have our, obviously, articles, right? The same stuff, right? Feed article, what is that? Articles tab, feed article, let's get rid of that. This doesn't seem to be anything. Yeah, exactly. Come on, dude. Seriously. Like, stop lagging. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's just let's just grab a bunch of boilerplate here. Not gonna need most of this stuff, but we're gonna need something. So pretty much we're gonna do similar, right? So let's say set articles. It's gonna be very, very, very similar. And then articles, right? Is articles loading. Set is articles loading. And then I believe literally, let's go to our API actually now. Let's globally search for by tags. Yeah. So let's actually just to keep it uniform, let's say by user tags. So it's the same as the other one, just with a different prefix, I guess. Right. And then over here, let's just pretty much almost going to be the same, right? And let's just return something arbitrary here, and we have to obviously make sure that it's gonna work, because yeah, haven't tested this endpoint in a while. Let's also print that as we did in the other place, so it doesn't complain. Yep. Cool. Going back over here. Pretty much same stuff. Articles tab. Yeah. Cool. Ah, we didn't. That's why. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, cool. Let's see what happens. Probably nothing. We haven't, again, as I said, tested this endpoint in a while, but we'll fix it. If it's broken, we'll fix it. It's fine. Empty, right? Okay, fair enough. And I know why it's empty, because actually I don't know why it's empty. Never mind. Actually, I know why it's empty. Yeah, I know. It's empty because I have no tags that I'm following. See now, it's happening. Still empty, okay? No, this is messages, sorry. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yes. Let's go to the API. And let's fix it. Get articles by user tags, yes. So essentially same issue as before, right? This is now an array of objects, so we have the same map. This structure in place, we need an array of integers and then ID, right? Let's go back over here again. Let's follow a few of them. Save, go back here, here, here. Let's see what's happening now. Author.tags, there's nothing. Very true. Okay, so basically I haven't really worked with this endpoint in a while. That's great. It's okay. Where was it? Get articles by tags. Yeah, okay, let's see. Find all, include. Oh. I think it's... this. Let's just try for a tiny fraction of a second to not use this select attributes. This is select attributes, basically you define and sequelize which properties from that table that you want to get, basically. That's literally what it does, right? That's what that select attributes is. Profile. Okay, so here we have them, right? So we have the articles now as well. We can obviously render them properly. And then the thoughts, let's actually create some. So if we go and just spam this a couple of times, right? And then get them should be there. If you refresh, we have what we just created. So we'll obviously have to, probably not today, it's almost 1 a.m. But tomorrow we're gonna do it through the app. So you're gonna kind of share the thought from here somewhere. Maybe have a button, maybe instead of having it there, even though, yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know where. We have to figure that out. Then obviously we'll have to add comments for this, but we're gonna start simple. And then for this fella here, let's go to the other article. So this is how our articles look like now. Interesting. Okay. So if I go to the articles tab, right? What if I try to import some article? I guess I have some article component, right? Yeah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, no, 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 no. I don't actually need all the, yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah. Let me just talk to myself here for a second. I mean, honestly, yeah, why not? I think yep, I think we can use this actually. Easily. I think literally all we have to do is do this, then say article is equal to this. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you can already bookmark it and stuff. We'll obviously have to play with this, but you can kind of see that you get mixed. You can see that you are getting mixed articles based on the tags you're following. This one is JavaScript, this one is Angular, and we'll of course introduce filters here. That's maybe actually for MVP, we probably need them. So you should kind of, this is still, you know, even narrow it down more. So this is the stuff you're interested in, sure, but you should be able to narrow it down more. It's still too general. So hey, I just want to see, at least for the time being, where we just do it by tags, you should be able to see or say, well, all right, I just want to see them by a tag, right? Okay, so stuff. I mean, we're definitely making progress, undeniably. We'll need to cover empty states for those two things. Yeah, etc., 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 right? Yeah. Right? I think, yeah, I mean, we're making progress for sure, and that's all that matters, right? Because yeah, have it connected to our API, right? We'll need to fiddle with the design, with some more ideas, stuff like that. Well, that's perfect, but right. So we're gonna kind of narrow it down to simple things, make sure it looks nice. Then we're gonna add the comments to the thoughts as well, so you can comment on those guys. You can comment already, of course, but those are the articles. You have to go click on them and then go there. That's a different thing. But yeah, and then yeah, you can still bookmark them from here, whatever. So we'll play with this, but it's gonna be nice. I think it's gonna be super cool. It's gonna be simple, and I think we're gonna like it most likely. If not, then we're gonna reiterate until we do. Let me make it a bit wider while I'm still alive and not fall sleeping. Yeah, maybe like that. I don't know. Then eventually we'll need pagination and stuff like that, right? I don't think that I'm gonna. We'll need some sort of pagination for sure, right? Because right now, the way that this would work, you would fetch every single thing, right? So right now, there's no time constraints, there's no pagination. When you say selection, I mean hover or selection of what? Oh, the selection. Shit, that's a good idea. Let's try. Let's try. Tailwind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Actually, I haven't. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But no, 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 no. A tailwind selection. Uh, Selection. Pseudo. No, this is the old stuff. Yeah, yeah. Pseudo element selection. Yeah. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, so it's literally, yeah, yeah. So it literally is a selection. Cool. So great, great idea. Thank you so much. Let's go and check it out. So it didn't apply. No, sorry. Yep. I mean, I would have missed it 100%. Now the question is, do we want to make the text or the background, right? I guess the background, right? Not the text. Nah, this is... no, this is too much, I think. I mean, we would have to make the text the other color, right? But this kind of falls, I guess, in a way, in maybe a accessibility type of thing, right? Something like that, maybe. No? Okay. How do you want it? Tell me. Yeah, yeah. And that's literally what I was trying. I don't know. Which color is it? Let me see. I mean, I don't know where I'm setting it. That's what I mean. Let's see if I'm setting it in CSS somewhere or if it's yeah, it's BG base 100. That's the one. It's BG base 100, 100%. And I don't know if this color actually exists. I'm not quite sure. No. I know that 200 exists. Yeah, this is the 200, right? This one is a bit lighter. But there's no... So let's actually go Tailwind color palettes. Actually, I have an idea. I don't know. I mean, let's just, you know what? Um we're gonna do, gonna make it slightly darker like this, right? Then we'll just give it a custom color like this, right? I think this is something you might like. What do you think? And also keep in mind, you don't see it as good as I, of course, due to the stream and stuff. I'm just gonna zoom in so you can see it. Yeah, okay. We'll narrow it down in the next iteration. Yeah, I think it's better when those are a bit bigger. And then also, nah, too much. I'm looking forward to that. Seriously, looking forward to that. All those, like, that's fun. That's gonna make it fun, right? Right. I think we should round up, right? I think we had enough, right? Tomorrow, basically, we continue, and we kind of try to not finalize it, like get the proper working version maybe within a day or two, right? Amazing. Let's get some sleep, guys. And needless to say, as always, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. It's I wouldn't be doing this seriously, like not in this intensity or whatever. Thank you, guys. Seriously, thank you again. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow evening if you're around. Peace out. Cheers.